Hi, dear users of Flared. Here we are with some good news, I hope, because we have made some tests with the new versions of Blender that will be released in the next future. I'm talking about 3.2 and 3.3. And so now we've done some big important changes in our add-on. Let's try to use 293. Just to take a look at the old version of Laird, that is the one that you are using now. It's not so old, the current version of Laird. Let's create a green flare into this light. Sorry. Okay. And try to watch it from Eevee. Okay. This is Eevee. And then we want to switch to cycles. I will use GPU compute, and I'll have to add some light path, transparency 200. Okay, this is okay. This is what we have now, and we know that working in cycles could generate some problems related to interpenetrating planes, intersections, and we could have some artifacts. So this is why we have this function that will force the Eevee render of the flare. And this is the problem. As you can see, when I switched from cycles to Eevee, there is a change of intensity of the flare. Take a look at this. This is cycles and this is Eevee. Eevee has more brightness. This is a problem that we already saw some months ago, and some user told us that this problem is quite annoying because it's not good. You will have a cycles preview, and then if you force the Eevee render, you will have a different render. That is not good. And this is due to the fact that could offer real-time in Blender. And so this was the first attempt that we've done when Eevee came out. After this, we'll have to change our shaders to make them compatible with cycles. And now we are in a new era because we have shaders compatible with cycles could be compatible with Eevee too. And so this is what's happening now. This is the past, a branch that was going completely to Eevee. This is what we've done some months ago, a new branch that go to cycles, because Eevee and cycles used different way of making their shaders when we are talking about emission and transparency. But today the things are changed, and so if we take a look at the future is right now. Okay, 3.2 beta. What I'm going to show you now is what you will find in this week on the store. We will release this new version. Let's take a look at the green flare again. Let's add it here. 3.2 will be released on the 8th of June, if I remember well. This is our preview in Eevee. And then switch to cycles, GPU compute. Remember to give some transparency because we need it. This is what we can see now in cycles, and this is what happened in Eevee. This is the same. This is the same. As you can see, there's no differences in intensity. This is why. Let's go to the shaders. And let's check a shader of an iris, a ghost. It will be okay. Okay, this branch that was the original branch that went to Eevee, it's now cut. There's no way to go to Eevee from here now, because the new branch that was the one that went to cycles is now the only one branch that go to cycles and Eevee2, to all the render engines. So this will be the same for Eevee and for cycles. In the 95% of the cases that we have tested, we have the same result in two different engines. But there still be some issues, some differences that we can see in this flare. If we want to try it. Okay, this is the substantials flare. This is the Eevee version. Okay, something like this. And let's go to cycles. There is something different. Go to GPU compute. Okay, and let's switch again to Eevee. There is something that changes a lot in this point of the flare, in the intensity. Take a look at this. It's here that you can see now. 1, 2, 3, click. Okay, this is something that is different, and this is the reflect glow, I suppose. No, it's not this, is this one, the reflect streak. Here there are some strong correction that we've made using RGB curves nodes, because the version of cycles of this kind of shader was really different from the version generated by Eevee, and so we made these strong corrections. Maybe that these strong corrections are somehow, the interpretation is different between Eevee and cycles. Take a look at this. This is cycles and this is Eevee. This is the same node and the same shader. I can remove everything from here and just let there this kind of element, and this is the difference. I hope that they're going to solve these too. Anyway, they've done a great work making cycles and Eevee reading the same kind of nodes. So now we will have this situation, and the problem could be that using this branch we will have less brighter flared. We were using this branch for all the time. We are here from 2 years and a half. If I remember, I don't remember well. This is the starting point that we have adopted from the beginning, and we will delete this in the future. And this is what we're going to use now. There's a little differences between the two. We're going to fix them. We're going to give more power, more brightness to our official branch. Anyway, this is very interesting because the Blender Foundation for Blender 3.2 has recoded from scratch Eevee. Eevee has been rewritten, and this is the problem that we've had using the version of Flare that you can download now from the store. It is not compatible with Eevee in 3.2 beta. You can try it and you will understand that everything is getting crazy and you cannot see a correct flare. The new way of coding it give us the power to start again and understand that we had to make changes into our shaders to be compatible with the new Eevee shaders. This is the last thing that I want to show you. If I use 3.3, that is too early to use it, but it's important to show you something. We know that in the future Eevee will be abandoned because they will adopt Eevee Next. This is the name that it has got now, and there is a function that can make you access to Eevee Next to understand if no, I use the cube as source. No, I didn't want to use the cube, sorry. I want to use the light as a source. Okay, so there is the flare. If I use Eevee, it's fine. If I use cycles, it's fine. Oh, if I remember to turn up the transparent. Okay, and I can try to use, I can test, because this is the really beginning of Eevee Next, that is the future. In this moment, all our shaders works in Eevee Next too. That was something that we didn't know at the beginning. I was afraid that Eevee Next was completely different and we had to redo all our work again. But it works perfectly. So this branch that we have adopted, this branch, the official branch of our shader, is now completely compatible with all the future Blender version. That is something really good. We'll have to delete this. We don't do it now, because if we delete this right now, we'll have some problem related to the drivers that works here that are in the code of Laird. So we'll need more time to delete this. I'm not sure if this dead branch could make our work slower. I don't know. Anyway, when we will remove it, it will be more clear, a clear job. That is what we like. So thank you for your time. This was just an update to what we are doing now and what you will find on the store in the next days for the Blender 3.2 official release. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us, and have a good time. Bye bye.